Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where we discover the communities that are making a difference in the lives of others. Our self-discovery is something we are all making on our life's journey. Here you will find the people that will be your guidance, that will be your inspiration, that will be there for you in support on your journey of life. Do enjoy. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sara's View of Life. I'm your host, Sara Troy, right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. Death. For us, there's been way too much of it. Soon too many people left behind. My landlady, my wonderful Audrey, has said goodbye to 5 people due to COVID. And this morning, received a message that her brother had died in his sleep from a heart attack. 6 people in 6 weeks. That's too much. But you see, for us, it's a loss. For us means we cannot speak to those people person to person anymore. It means that we can't reach out and touch them or hug them, dine with them, walk with them, dance with them. It is something that we miss. But for them, they have gone home. Their spirits are free, they are pain-free, and they have gone home. But how do we feel about that right now? We are way down by so much loss in the world, and especially so much needless death. We are looking at certain countries that are not managing this pandemic very well, and there are so many people dying because of that callousness, that ignorance. Yes, so many people in the world die every year from the flu. But perhaps if we took the same practices we are with COVID as we should with the flu, stay home if you're sick, don't pass it on to other people, stay away from the vulnerable, we wouldn't see so many deaths there. We also have to acknowledge that a lot of the people that have died are elderly in the world, that they had other compromising systems, but was it their time to die? Were they egged on by the COVID? One doesn't know, because so many people we hear are dying of COVID, but also many people are dying of heart attacks or people not going to hospital because of afraid of the COVID. The whole point is, for us right now, there's too much death. But I ask you, is it the death that's bothering us? Is it the numbers? Are we afraid of that? Or are we afraid that we're never going to go back to what we think is normal? Our opulent lives, our lives where we can go do anything we want, whenever we want, and who cares about the consequences? Perhaps this has been going on for as long as this has, and as long as it will, to slow us down and make us really have a good look at life, our own lives, our own participation, our own contribution, our own perspectives, and look at if we need to change anything. I'm afraid the answer is yes, for all of us. The ozone layer has closed up. Can you believe that? For the first time ever, it's closed up. When you look at the satellite images of Earth, Earth is rejoicing. The animal world is rejoicing. The waters are rejoicing. So it's a huge question as to us as human beings, or what is our contribution, our participation here on the planet, and how we can go on and live better lives in more respect and consideration with other species and planet. But also perhaps value life a lot more. You see, Audrey's brother died. He had a heart attack in his sleep, but he didn't die until slightly later, but never to wake up and say goodbye to his wife or his daughter or his sister, never to be able to speak to them again. And he was all cheerful yesterday, cracking jokes. So one doesn't know when one's number is up. The bottom line is, don't leave anything unsaid. Never put the phone down on someone or tweet someone mad. Always reach out. Say, I'm sorry and I love you. Because in today's world, we don't know, is that the last thing we will say? We don't want those regrets, or I wish I'd said this, or I wish I'd done that. We don't know when we lay our heads on the pillows if we will wake up in the morning The virus is bizarre. Heart attacks happen. Just so much out there. And death is an inevitable part of life. It's when it comes too soon and when it leaves people behind who aren't ready. That's when it really hurts. So I think at the present moment, for all those people that have lost their lives, may their journey home be a peaceful one. May they return to their loved ones and give them calmness and peace in that transition as well. But may we send our hearts out to all the people who have lost people. As I said, Audrey has lost 6, 5 friends and colleagues, 1 brother, 5 to COVID, 1 to heart disease. Not even heart disease, he had a heart attack and that was it. Our loss, although we can rationalize it and logicalize it and everything else as part of life, it's always hard to deal with. The fact that we can't talk to that person or touch that person, it's something that we have to deal with. And everybody deals with that loss in a different way. When the panic is over of the pandemic, when we are slowly going to integrate ourselves back into life, we need to have a big mourning period for everything that's been lost. All the collective lives that have been lost, those that were the patients and those that became the patients because they were the caregivers. For all the people that have suffered at the hand of violence by being locked up with someone at home in isolation and become a victim. Murder is down, so to speak. Harder to do crime out there when you're in lockdown. But there's other crimes that have happened behind the doors. And of course, we've seen people who take advantage of the situation, government included. I think what we need to really look at right now is, as we are slowly coming out of this, and we're not going to be completely out of this for 18 months to 2 years, because now economy has to restart. A new lifestyle of crowding has to change. We don't have a vaccine yet. Will the vaccine agree with everyone? Will everybody be willing to take it? There's still so many unknowns. But I think as we do come out of our hiding, of our hibernation, and we step back out into the world, into the sun, let us step out in gratitude. Gratitude that we're alive. Gratitude that the world is still here for us. Gratitude for all of those that stepped up to be a part of the contribution, to be a part of the solution, part of the support, part of the generating the need. And mindfulness of all those that didn't. Because it's time to hold them accountable at a certain point, not right now. But as we come out and you meet someone who's had a loss, this is that time of mourning, that time where they need that hug. They need someone to hold them. I'm here for you. This is a hug from your loved one that couldn't give it to you on their deathbed. We are there for you. So at this time, while we moan and groan about still being locked up, and I want to get my hair done, and I want to go to this, and I want to do that, and wait, give me my life back. While we're moaning and groaning about that, and all the people are crying behind closed doors of all those that they've lost, of all the pain that they're feeling from that loss, of all the heartbreak, let us take a pause from our own supposed needs. And let's send out a loving energy, virtual hugs, and when we can, physical hugs to all of those that have gone through a loss. Now, it's about the lives that are lost and those that are left behind. Next time, it'll be about those that have lost their jobs, lost their businesses, lost their livelihood. That's a different type of mourning. But you have to understand, if a door closes, there's always another door opening up somewhere. This is where innovation and creativity has to step in, which doesn't mean criminal activity. It means innovation, creating a business or helping somebody with a new idea or doing something differently to generate. Look at how many people now are becoming drivers for GoDash and Uber delivery because of all the having to take out and deliver only. There is always an opportunity. But that is to be discussed a little further down the road. Yeah, we need to pay attention to it. But let's mourn those. Mourn those that have lost their lives. There are so many, and there's so many that shouldn't have lost their lives had things been put in place. But before we go down the blame game, let's just be there for one another. Let's be there for the people that have lost their loved ones, for the people whose lives have changed, because maybe they've survived, but their lungs will never be the same. Life has changed for us, all of us. And if we've managed to get through this without knowing somebody personally or losing anyone personally, consider ourselves lucky. I had a cousin-in-law who was 3 weeks in an incubator. He's now home finally after a month. Or 5 weeks or 6 weeks in hospital. It's going to be a year of recovery for him, and his lungs will never be the same. But we're very grateful to have him home. But I think of Audrey, 5 friends lost to COVID, and a brother to a heart attack. 6 people in 6 weeks. That's a little hard to take, isn't it? So if you know someone who's lost someone, reach out to them. Give them some love. You may have done it at the time you heard about it, but call back on them a little later, because it's always wonderful hearing from people when it happens. But when they need it most is a little bit down the line, when they start feeling the loss and realizing that person is never coming back. Compassion, empathy, being there for each other. Let us be that right now for each other, not just in our survival of lockdown, but in our respect and love for all those that have gone before us and those that have been affected by it personally. If you have lost anyone, my heart goes out to you. I know the person that's passed on is in good hands. They're back with Mother Universe. They're back in that beautiful spiritual form, and they will be there for you if you open up and allow them to. But for the people that are left behind, my heart is with you. May you find the strength and courage to carry on, and may you keep the memories of their lives with you at all time, and rejoice in those memories. Cry in those memories. Feel the loss, but also understand the gift of what you had while they were here. Love, peace, passion, compassion, empathy. It's all something we need right now. To all of you, stay safe, and may we all heal soon, and may we be there for the healing of each other. Until next time, bye for now. We hope you enjoyed the show. We look forward to bringing you more shows. Please go to selfdiscoverymedia.com/shows, and you will see the incredible lineup of genres and shows that we have for you. We are here to make a difference in your life. Thank you for listening.